What's the matchup with Quentin? Because you said there have really been some battles.
With Bohanna? Yeah, so I'm blessed to have Q lined up across from me every day. We were just talking about it last week, actually, the battles that we were having with he and I. We've been making each other better. He's become a really good D tackle. I'd say he's one of the top 4 or 5 D tackles in our conference, and that's been helping me get better every single day. So, we'll get in there, we'll play hard, but there's a lot of respect between the two of us, I think. Q is, well, first off, he's massive, but he moves so well for his size. There's not a lot of guys that can use their hands and flip their hips and go from power to speed like he does. And he's a really smart player. He's probably one of the smartest guys we have on the D-line. He's always in the right spot. So he's just an all-around solid player.
You're trying to find 2 new guys on the right side of the line. Mm-hmm. How does that change for you personally when you're trying to get comfortable with who's lining up next to you?
Well, it helps that those guys have played. You look at the guys at right guard, Fortner and Wolf. I've played next to them in practice for years, and we've gotten game reps together. And Kennard, the same with him in practice, and he got his feet wet last year. So it's just going to be more about communication with all 5 guys, especially getting Landon back in there after missing him for a whole year. So it's on us to gel, and Coach Schlarman's helping us with that. But ultimately, it's up to us on the field to take care of that.
You've been pretty consistent throughout. It feels like it's a lot of newness to this offensive line. How tough is it to get to gel?
Well, you lose an All-American with Bunchy, and you lose, in my opinion, an All-SEC player in Big George. So you have to make up for that. And those guys are doing a good job with it. It helps that they're experienced, and they've been in the weight room for a couple years. They've been with our system for a couple years. So, and the talent is there. We just have to get those guys to gel. Because the thing with O-line, it's not all about talent. It's not all about speed and size. You got to be able to work well with each other.
Beyond just the core group there, what are the guys kind of underneath you that are rotating and getting new reps this year?
Well, Nasir played a lot for us last year, and he's getting better every day. I think Quentin Wilson has a chance to be a good player. He reminds me of myself. He's hard on himself. He expects a lot out of him, but he's smart and he learns, and he's really athletic. And so he's done a good job kind of taking the role of trying to lead that second group that's in there. And Kenneth Horsey did a good job changing his body during his redshirt year. He looks a lot better. So some of those guys really, I think, took advantage of their redshirt year.
Is Quentin one of the guys that's being cross-trained? Is he cross-trained in another position?
On the O-line?
Yes.
He's played a lot of center for us because I think that might be his best position. But like I said, he is athletic, so I don't know if Coach Schlarman's going to work him at guard or not. He hasn't done that yet, but Q could do it.
With Benny being gone, obviously the play was the same, but maybe administered a little differently. Does that really have much of a profound effect on the O-line?
It does, but it doesn't. Benny was a smart player, so when we were setting our protections and when we saw a blitz coming, he knew what holes would be open. He knew which guys we were leaving unblocked for him. And the guys like AJ, Smoke, and Chris, they've done a good job of trying to pick up on that. And like today in practice, they were sending a lot of blitzes that relied on me picking up one backer and the running back picking up the other one, so we had to be on the same page. And so that's something that we're working on, something we're getting better with. But those guys are more than capable of doing that for sure.
1 or 2 more? Everybody good?
Logan, how much mature is he going into this season? Coach Schlarman said he's a lot working on his technique.
He has. He's a guy that doesn't like to admit it, but he's very serious about how he takes his. He's very serious about how he prepares. He's just gotten better as time's gone on. He's a big, strong dude that moves well in space, that can just stay on his blocks. And I'm sure he annoys the heck out of D linemen because you can't get off him very easily, and that is annoying for a D lineman when they can't get off a block. So he's just been steady in there for us. He's reliable in there, and he's helped us gel with knowing he's on the same page as our left tackle. With me, it kind of helps us work on the right side a little bit more, knowing that the left side is secure.
Why does he not like to admit it?
Logan's just one of those personalities. Once you get to know him, he likes to give people a hard time. But no, he does work hard. He's in the weight room after practice most days. He comes in early. So he does prepare the right way. Yeah.
Thanks, Rick.
Yeah.